Hello everybody and welcome back to the craft room with Tanya. Now, it's a rather dreary morning this morning, I have to say. It's, what time is it? 6:30, 20 to 7? Oh, no, it's coming up to 7:15. And it's really rather grey and misty here. You can barely make out the mountain in front of us, but it is what it is. Now, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has watched a video, commented on a video, liked a video and subscribed to the channel, because believe it or not, we now have just over 800 members of our group, or subscribers to the channel, whatever you like to call it. I can't believe it. It's phenomenal. 800 members. What can I say? I started off with that wee video of a card that people had kept asking me, how did I make it? On Facebook, I'm a member of a group on Facebook, and they all came back. Well, not all of them, obviously, but a considerable amount of people said, oh, I'd love to know how to make that. And I thought, well, the easiest way to do it is to show you. So it was so easy to make, I thought, well, let's just show. And I have to say, the majority of things that I make are easy to make. They're not difficult. There's no artistry to it, really. It's just slap a bit of paint on, slap a bit of paper on, slap a bit of Mod Podge on, whatever it happens to be, and you usually end up with something that you can use in some shape or form. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to make some toppers, I think they're called, or little embellishments for cards. Just little cute things, you know, which isn't usually me. Sure, it's not. I'm not a cute sort of person, but if you've seen me in my dungarees and scruffy jumper with hairs all over it because I cut the hubby's hair. Oh my giddy aunt, look no further, look no further. I must remember not to reach in front of the camera for anything today so that you don't see how mucky it is. I should have changed before I started, but I just filed it on. Anyway, that's by the by. I don't know why I'm rabbiting on about jumpers. I wanted to say I did promise Amelia Rose, my granddaughter, that she could pull the name out of the tin for the little gummy pan die that we are giving away to celebrate having 800 members. We thought we might reach it on Sunday. We were right, but it was later in the day, bless her, so she didn't get to draw the name out of the tin. So if you don't mind waiting, I'd like to wait to Thursday and draw it out on Thursday, because she's back then. So hopefully I'll be able to put the video up. If not Thursday, then definitely Friday. And what was I going to say? Yes, this gorgeous little gummy pan die will be wheeling its way across to you. It's a little wooden type wheelbarrow, an old-fashioned wheelbarrow. And it is really quaint when you put it together, I have to say. I must make one up to show you and do a little card with mine so that you can see. But it is so quaint. So whoever wins this, congratulations, you're very lucky. It's a corker. I'm secretly hoping somebody in Australia wins it, because they can't get gummy pan dies and I feel dreadful for them. So that's wrong of me to say that. I shouldn't have said that, but we'll see. We'll see. Somebody will win it. If you haven't got your name down yet, or if you haven't put a message in the little video that you see this on, please do get your name down, because your name will go into the tin. And that's it. And we'll be putting that out Thursday, hopefully posting Friday. Now, I have a little array, as you can see, papers, scraps off cart scythe, bits of ribbon and bits of hessian and everything here. So I'm just going to use them to make some pretty little toppers or embellishments. And this is my I Love You Granny box. And in my I Love You Granny box, I have little messages. I love you so much. Isn't that so sweet? Can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? How could you not open this and smile, huh? And this is full, as you can see, absolutely full of all of those bits and pieces that I haven't found a use for. Oh, I like these. Yeah, I cut these out of a piece of card that I had painted and gold foiled myself. These are Stampin' Up chickens. I can't remember what I used them for. Oh yes, it was the sea card, the lighthouse card. There's another chicken. Oh, here, I'm going to get sidetracked again. Well, if you throw a few of those chickens out and butterflies, I'm going to get sidetracked. I'll not have a look in there. Right, until I get this done. Now, let's see what we're going to do. Let's let the dog see there. There we go. Now, that's a Christine Stokes expression, isn't it? Let the dog see the rabbit. Isn't that right? I think it's one of Christine's. Now, my old brush. Where's my Mod Podge? There we go. Never too far away. And this is actually a gloss. So I'm using this up because I prefer the matte. I bought them both. I thought I'd bought 2 tins of matte and I'd accidentally bought a tin of gloss. I didn't realise that they came together. But it doesn't matter. We'll just get this down and putting plenty on, because I do want these to stick. If they lift a bit, don't panic. No such thing as a disaster in the craft room. It's just experimentation, and it will still work just as well. I'll put that away. Actually, I won't put that away because I'll probably need it to put these things down. Now, let me just lift the worst of the glue. Where's my... off this mat, because if you don't, everything sticks. Every tiny little piece will stick to it. Right, now where's my cloth? There it is. Gosh, I can hardly see a thing in here. Everything's covered up because I have so much bits and pieces of paper knocking about. Right, now what I intend doing, I have loads of little bits that are offcuts and things, so I'm just going to genuinely stick them down. Who knows? Don't be afraid to tear and rip. It makes it look even better. It doesn't look so uniform. I'm not so fond of that one. I don't know. I probably got that, inherited it or something, but it doesn't really matter. Ooh, which side to use? Kind of like this side, but there we go. Pop that there. We'll use that bit there. How's that? Let's see, there's a little bit. This is a bit like a jigsaw, isn't it? There's mine. Should I give that a slice or two? I should rip it. There we go. That'll do lovely. Now it's a bit bigger, a bit thicker than the rest because it's not paper, it's card. But I don't think it matters, does it? Put that little bit down there because it's quite square. Looks so pretty, doesn't it? And there's a little bit can go there. Whoops-a-daisy. And let's rip you and pop you in there. Rip you and pop you in there. Again, don't worry if they lift. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world if they're lifting or anything else. No, I pop you there and then... oh, there we go. You can go in there. Oh, there's a pretty one. Oh, a little bit of wooden bit at the back, but I want the flowers. I do want this to have some colour and depth because I'm going to probably end up putting gesso over this. Some white gesso, just to tie it in a little bit. Look at that. I wonder if I put that down as is and put something underneath it. Well, couldn't hurt, could it? What have I got? There's a bit of paper. This is DSP card, and this is, no, it's not a single-sided, it's not even DSP. Now if we pop that down there, it's pretty, isn't it? And then pop that around it. Let's see, we'll put a little bit more glue on this. There we go. Oh golly gosh. Oh, that just hit the keyboard. Covered the keyboard in glue. Should have had that put away. I have it all sitting out. Right, bear with me a second just till I get that lifted. Oops. because if I don't, gosh, the keys will end up sticking together and then I'll be person non grata. Right, that's better. Yeah, they're still working. I beg your pardon. That's a relief. Now, let's see. What else have we got? We've got a nice little bit. It'll fit down there, like that. Put another bit of my own. There we go. No, for goodness sakes. Don't want that, no. That'd be nice there. Is that not sticking? There is glue there, isn't it? Is it? Oh no, the glue's hardened. I've been that busy trying to fix the computer keyboard that the glue's hardened on me. Right, put it down again. There we go. Oh geez Louise. Having a time of it with this brush this morning. Right, now let's see. Use that little bit up there. There's a little piece with music score on it. Should put that way, shouldn't I? And nice little bit of green dots. Right, now I shove that up a bit. There we go. There's another titchy tiny little piece. Let me see that I could. Oh, that's cute. Get that down in there. There we go. Perfect, that will do lovely. Now, I'll try and get some of the glue off the hands. Put that over there, put that in there. And clean up the mat. Oh, I do apologise for the squeaky noises. Now, where's, there it is. Right, and cloth. That's perfect. Now, I should really let this dry, so I'm going to bash it with the heat gun and I'll be straight back. Forgive me for just a second. Okay, I'm sure the half of that's not dry, but will not worry. Now, this is gesso. This is white gesso, and I want to use this to sort of blend the edges in together. If you don't have gesso, whoops-a-daisy, come on, back in you go. If you don't have, this is just cheap Creative Deco from Amazon, and a brush, a little paintbrush. Now, if you don't have gesso, acrylic paint will do. You don't need to use anything at all. But what I find is this sort of just brings things together. This is a cheap gesso. It's hardly covering the paper. I'm having to put it on quite thickly, actually. There we go. Right, I got this idea for the gesso from a journaling site. Unfortunately, you know what I'm like. Names and important names don't stay in my brain for very long, let alone bits and pieces that I have picked up over the way. But this lady, I watched her video. It was absolutely fab. I loved it. Journaling, and to tell you the truth, Amelia Rose and I have started a journal together. I think that's nearly enough, a little bit there. There we go. Now, we'll pop that over there for safekeeping rather than leaving it lying and taking the computer keys on an adventure. There we go. Get rid of that. And give that a good clean. There we are. Now, okay. Where are we? Right. So I'm going to have to let this dry. Now, it is quite damp with the glue and then the gesso. It takes a while to dry, and the best way to let that dry is go away, have a cup of tea or your dinner or lunch or whatever, or breakfast as it is in this case, and come back. But I did have one, there it is, that I made a little while ago. There's part of it. You can see I've already cut a few bits and pieces out of it. I think I have one here, yeah, to show you that I did make. Look, isn't that pretty? And that's a Stampin' Up chicken, just a little bow and a bit of hessian on top of the card, and it really is quite sweet. And where are the cards? Here's the cards. Here they are. Isn't that a card? It is. You could literally pop that on there with a little sentiment, and might be nicer on a mount because it's so wide. I don't know. It's entirely up to anybody. You could put a little bow in there and you have a very pretty little card. Okay, you could also use this as a background. You could just, so many things. You could start tearing these off, and you know, the way I've done before, and leave a little bit of rough edging. It's entirely up to you. There's another one. Let's give it a little rip, shall we? Look at that. See? It all, and these little bits that lift, it all adds character. So don't worry about it. Don't, you know, you can do so much with it. No, anyway, I haven't finished this one, by the way, to go around it, but I'm muttering. Now, I'm going to use a little tag die. Any tag die that you have will do. Absolutely anything. And let's get it cut. Now, the secret is run it through a couple of times, because there are quite a few layers. You know, we've paper, we've card on top of another card, so it's going to be quite thick. So I'm going to run it through a few times. I think that's 4, isn't it? So hopefully that's cut for me. Has it? Yep. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that... Look, even the colours around there are pretty. Love it. Now, don't throw that away. That'll do another piece someday. This is why I have so much junk around me. I can't throw anything out. I'm useless at throwing craft supplies out and craft things out. I go to start tidying up the craft room, and you know, I end up with more sometimes, I think, than I started with. But you get more ideas too. So that's one, and this is another one I've cut from earlier. So there we go. We've got our little tags. They're bigger than the last one, so I'll do a couple of small ones as well. Where did I put them? Because I kind of like the small ones, if I'm being honest. No, I cut that. What way do I want to cut that? There, that's a cutie. I'll actually go around that because it's easier. Oh lordy, I've just pulled a bit off. Do you see that? Bit of glue, another bit of glue down there. Not the end of the world. I don't want that much ripping off. My Pritt stick has finally given up the ghost. Bless it. It's been going some length of time, I can tell you. It owes me nothing. Right. Let's try and focus for a little while, can you? Should have made coffee this morning instead of tea. Right, there we go. Hopefully that's cut through. Yep, seems to have. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. A little centre out now. So now, which ones do I want? They're all pretty, aren't they? Now, do you see the way the gesso just gives us that little bit of added? Now, what I'm going to do is pick a few bits and pieces out of my box here. There we go. So, like, there's some bits of card that I used. They'd be quite cute stuck down on top of it, wouldn't they? Well, so I've got some chickens here that I cut I was going to, my mum is mad about ducks and chickens, so I was going to use, I saw another one there a minute ago. And there's a nice bit of ivy I've cut. There he is. And butterflies is everything. Right, well, let's leave a chicken out. I like that one, and I like that one. Let's leave that little bit of ivy and see. There's a pretty butterfly, look. There's two there, actually. I think he would be a wee bit big. He's lovely. We'll leave those out. There's another Stampin' Up chicken. There's another pretty little butterfly. There's another one I've cut from the distressed looking cogs. What else have I got? He's not painted, so we'll leave him. There's another chicken. And there's a pretty little heart thing. Leaves. Good grief. There's another chicken. Plenty of chickens. There's a pretty dragonfly. Right, well, I think that's probably enough to get us started, don't you? Now, let's see. Pop these back in. Oh, look. Bluebells. Gosh, yeah, I'm going to get distracted again. Don't look, Tiny, don't look. Close it up and put it away, because I'll not get any work done at all. Not that you can call it work. There's another butterfly's just fallen out. I do use a lot of butterflies, don't I? Right, let's see. Now, you can have so much fun making these. Look. So we can pop that on. It doesn't matter if they hang over the end or not. Pop that on. Like that. Is that piece up there needs to come out? No, it's not. And then we could put down, you could put your dragonfly on that. Oh, he works quite well with the brown, doesn't he? Look at that. Now let's see. I'm not saying that that's done and dusted. I wonder, do I have any more of that green stuff? It's beautiful. I have some bits and pieces here. That's quite pretty if I put that. Looks well there. Could cut that off. Could stick that down. Yeah, I could do that. Now let's see. Where's my glue? Where's my... There it is. Let's see. What we'll do is we'll put a bit of glue there. We'll cut off roughly what we think we need, which would be roughly about there. Let's see. Now, I could colour that green if I wanted. Could put a bit of green over that, but I think it adds a certain something when it's just white. And let's get that sort of stuck down. Alright, I don't want these edges. So let me just get rid of that. I don't want the edges. Perfect. Now, has that piece got glue on it? I don't think it has. There we go. I'll put that on. Clean that wee bit of glue up. So do you see what I mean? You just use what you have. And I do need to do this every so often, otherwise I wouldn't get anything in my little I Love You Granny box. So I do end up giving most of it to a certain little someone when she comes for taking home for her craft desk at home. But now a few of these have covered up the nice edge, so I'm just going to, that's better, get rid of a few pieces there. Oh, I need to cut the finger off myself. Right, there we go. Take that away. There we go. That is cute, isn't it? It's pretty. Now, I think I'd like a butterfly on this, but I'm wondering. He's a bit too dark, is he? This one is too big. Is he too big? I think he is. I think he's too dark. Now, how come that blue one didn't work, but that one seems to, doesn't it? Do you think so? I wonder if I put the two on it. Was that too much? It's a bit too much, isn't it? Let's see, what else do we have in the granny box? Where is it? a leaf. Too much. Too much. Let's see. I'm determined to use things out of this. Oh, there's a bee from the bee card. He's kind of sweet. Doesn't it right though? What about one of our chickens? Oh, it took me wrong for him. I'm not sure that I shouldn't have given this a bit of colour. Oh, look who I've got. What about him? No, I'm not. It's just not working for me. Those pieces come off. Right, let's think about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit. Oh, sorry, I've hit the camera. I do beg your pardon. I'm going to use a little bit of, oh, come out, Distress ink. I've got my rustic wood in this, and I've got my walnut stain. And blending brushes. And what I'm going to do is just where I would put him, I'm going to add, I think, a little bit of green. Yeah, it's given it a bit of interest, hasn't it? I should put the lid on, Tanya. Let's see. Far too big. That works. It's just a tad too small. Right, let's see. We'll come back to all of those. Now, what I'm going to do to distress it a little more is I'm going to use my walnut stain and I'm going to go around the edges. You could do this with your, what do you call it? Gilding polish. There we go. You could use some of your mixed media, your dimensional paste, and you could use some of it. And that's brought it in a lot better, hasn't it? Just framed it for me. I like the colour. Now he will work well on that. Do you see the way they're all starting to fit in now? Oh, I do like him on it. Let's see about the other little fellow. No, I'm going to go with this one. All of a sudden he's worked. Do you see? You just change a couple of colours and all of a sudden it works. Isn't that amazing? Let's see. Pop you on there like that. And just, we'll let that sit for a minute or two. We'll come back to him. Now, we had this bit and we were going to use something on that and I've forgotten what it is. Probably that other butterfly. He'll work on that one, or too much. Come back to this one. Now, I want to do something different anyway. I don't want it all butterflies. I like this little jobby, and I like this little jobby. Right. I've got a bit of green on the mat. Let me get rid of that first. I hate working on a mucky mat. Have I anything else in here that I like? Gosh, there's another chicken. I wonder why I had those vase balls or vase. Do I have any little? Oh, good grief. Do you know I didn't? Let's see. Let's bring a few of these out. Oh, lordy. I've ended up bringing them all out, I think. Oh, no. That's going to be a bit of work. There's another chicken. An awful lot of these, as you can see, I haven't coloured in yet. Right, there's a vase. There's little pieces for the vase, whatever you like to. There's another bit. I'm wondering, could I get enough? Isn't that lovely? That's a little Japanesey jobby. I do like the Japanesey jobbies. There's another little. Oh my, so much stuff. What else have I got here? Could that go in? It's fun, isn't it, trying to make something from nothing? Right, well, we could use those for it. That's too big. I don't think I'm going to have enough. There's another, well, you never know. I want to keep you going for an hour or two, waiting for me to find bits. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. We'll put those away. Oh, blimey, you should see the mess here. Now, what I'm proposing to do is stamp this with a little script or something. Let me see what I have here. Text. I have a very pretty map, and I was thinking that maybe it would look quite nice in behind it. So I'm going to, will I use black or will I use grey? I think I'll use grey. Let me see, what colours have I got here? Grey, granite, smoky slate. I think I'll go for smoky slate. Right, this is no Stampin' Up one that I use. No, let's just look at that. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Don't want too much. Right, get that off. This is an indigo blue map background, it's called. Perfect. Love indigo blue stamps for mixed media things. I think they just nailed that market for me anyway. Now let's see, I'm going to do the same thing. I have this little bit of green, so let's get that down. No. Right. Perfect, this bit needs to go in there. Right, I think that's it. Now, gosh, I'm using the same butterflies, aren't I? And I did want to use up different things. What about him? Another butterfly. That's cute, isn't it, on it? Could have them down there even. Right, we'll come back to it. Now, again, I'm just going to add in a little bit of walnut stain. I wonder, should I use... Yeah, should I use that? Or should I? No, I'm probably going to move the camera. Something fierce here. Where did I... Yeah. That's them. Right, here we go. These are my rubs. Where's my... What one do I want to use? I think I want to use the rose gold for this. There's a glove. Come on, out you come. That's us. Whoopsie daisy. Right, rose gold. There's the rose gold finger. Tuck everything away. Now, where's... I'm not too worried. I'm just going to go around the edges. And I'm going to do a wee bit more in round the corners, just to give it a bit of interest. That's class, isn't it? Like that, right? Good fun. Wrong box. Where did I put the box? There it is, up there. Right. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? Now, let's see. We have chickens. We could do a little chicken. What do we think of the chickens? Well, he looks like he's looking up the other one's bum, so that won't do. There, that would... Right, that might work. No, I'm liking him more. He's just a tad too small, isn't he? I think he works better. Yeah, I think he's bringing it in a little bit, isn't he? I think... What do we think? Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go with that. Right, get that down. Now, if you have something, and the lovely thing about this is if you have something that just you don't think's working, you can add to it. Now, I'm just sticking his body down because I do like the wings coming up, but I think that works. I do. I think that's very pretty. There's 2 made. Will we do one more? I've lost the other one. Where in the name of goodness did I put the other one? Any ideas? I've moved it, haven't I? Oh gosh, if you see the desk, it's an absolute mess. Where did I put the little one? I had it a second ago. Oh dear, 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 dear. Well, I can always do a few more later on. I'm sure you get the general sort of drift of what I'm trying to do. There's the little one. There we go. There. So there's 3 completely different. Depends very much what you have to hand. It depends very much. There's the other little gift tag, you see. So I must make something else. Sometimes the colours dictate what you're going to do with it. And you see, this one I think will suit my little chicken a lot better. Look. Oh. Yes. Yes, indeed. What time is it? Right, I've already done 36 minutes, so I'll not keep going. But you see how simple it is to take a few bits and pieces of paper, a bit of glue, a bit of paint or gesso, whichever you have to hand. If you don't like the white, if you want to keep it, I think it adds, do you see the way it adds something to the cards? I think it helps it. I must admit now, I like it, but you do what suits you. You can use a little bit of white acrylic paint, and then you have made use of bits and pieces that were lying around the craft room. Now, I will make these into cards. Do you want me to make what? Do you want me to make one now? Will we make a very, very quick one? Let me see. Where do you see it? I'll go to make a quick one, and I won't even have a 5x7. I do. There we go. A little 5x7. Now, I really don't think you need anything else on that. Yes, you do. You need something, don't you? Let's see. Of course, I don't have one. Right. I need to cut a panel for this, so bear with me a second. I'll slice this. Okay, and then my little press cut die. Pop that down. Okay, out you come. There we go. Now it just makes it, this will sit on there like that. It looks rather small, but he will go on there. And what it means is you can put a little bit of ribbon or twine or whatever you have in there. What would work? I think twine would work better, but I've lost my twine. How have I lost my bale of twine? I have. I can't crying about it. Let's see. I have loads of ribbon here. They don't work as well, though, sure they don't with it. You need something rustic with that. I've put it somewhere. I know I have. I have a little bit of brown here. It might work. Yeah, that might work, mightn't it? We'll cut it and see. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. Right. We'll pop that through there. Oops, a daisy. Pop that through there like that. I'm not enjoying it. Bear with me, I'm going to go and see if I can find my twine. Okay, apologies for that. Now, find a bit of twine. Can't find the roll, but I found a bit. So, what I'm going to do, I hope I have enough room. I'm going to push this through from the back. Make a loop. Pull these through on the loop. Now, ordinarily, I put a little glue dot in there to hold that in place. Where are my glue dots? Here we go. So just a little, where's my poker tool? Oh my goodness, there it is. I can't find nothing. Everything's an absolute mess. Right, that's what happens when you're working with scraps, isn't it? Well, it's what happens when I'm working with scraps. They go everywhere. Right, there we go. Pop that on, like, I think I'll pop that on like that. You could lift it up with a bit of foam tape. I think that will look very pretty actually, lifted up with foam tape. So let's do that. My roll's getting decidedly small, but unfortunately Craft Stash UK, where I normally get my Sticks to Anything tape, is unfortunately out of stock. So let's see now. Let's see, I want that kind of there, and then just pop this over the edge like this. I shouldn't have put that on foam tape. I need to put foam tape under this. No, I want a bigger glue dot to hold this down at the other side. So put that there like that. Bring these over like this. Can you see that? Sorry, I keep lifting this up towards me. I'm forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing this on camera. There we go. Now I'm going to have to do another bit of foam tape around here because this is going to be higher up. I should have left the other one down flat, but you'll know to do that. I've just rushed it a bit, which isn't the cleverest move in the book. But I'm at 42 minutes. I thought this would be a nice quick video today. There we go. We see, because this will lift it up automatically, and then we'll just put a bit down here. Now, let's get this down for you so you can see how it looks. And please remember, we've made, other than the card and the base, the card base, we've made all of this from offcuts and bits of paper that we wouldn't ordinarily have used. Now, I wonder, am I going to get enough out of this to do? Oh, I think I might. Yeah, I think I just, oh, look at the dirt on my fingers. That's the, what do you call it? Need to be careful I don't get that all over the card itself. That's the, oh, I can't get the words out. No. There we go. Is that straight? Tis straight, yeah. No. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? A little card, and all we have sentiments here somewhere. I saw them a second ago. God only knows where they've gone. Let's see. That won't work, that won't suit. But I did see a hugs. I probably fired it back in. Not to worry, not to worry. It's not the end. Well, there it is. So you could. I've got. There we go. You can have a little hugs up there. Couldn't you? Or just leave it the way it is. I've got a bit of something on this. There, that's it. No, just leave it, not touch it. So there we go. A little card made from scrap. Isn't that fabulous? I do hope you've enjoyed them. And I do hope it's given you a few ideas for your own. Do give it a go. It's fun. It's so much fun using up all the bits and pieces. I like this one. very much. Maybe I should have stacked him before I put him down, but again, it's offcuts, it's bits and pieces. You could use these gift tags too on presents. How gorgeous would they be? And even you could make up a set, you know, maybe sort of 6 or whatever you feel is generous. You can make up a little set as a gift for somebody. Wouldn't that have been a nice idea? So there you go. It gives you a bit of a clue as to hopefully what you can do with some of those scraps. Fingers crossed you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up, and remember to hit that like button. It does make all the difference. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and remember to put your name down for the little Gummy Pan wheelbarrow die. There we go. All right, I am going to head off and get a very well-deserved cup of coffee or a big mug of tea, and get my hands washed and get things done. I think I have quite a bit to do this morning. So I will speak to you soon. Have a lovely, lovely day, a lovely afternoon, or a lovely evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so, so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.